Thank you for your interest in these posts that we have available here in North Yorkshire. We're all really proud of the services to children and families within the county. What you'll find at the heart of our services are truly relationship-based, strength-based, restorative services for children and families. So Martin, how in practice does the service realise these ambitions?
We have a really clear, strong practice model that works across children and families. It describes our ambition for children and for their families, and it works to a systemic model of practice. So it helps families, it helps us work with families, it helps us understand their journey and our ambition to keep children amongst their family network.
And at the heart of it is science of safety. How does that fit within our practice model?
It is. The science of safety is a strengths-based model. It understands danger and risk, but primarily works to keep children and work on strengths to keep children with their families.
And it's about doing things with families, not to them.
It is. It's absolutely working alongside them in a collaborative model. It's not working in an old-fashioned traditional model of practice. It really is ambitious about trying to work with children and their families in a really genuine model.
How would you describe our delivery against that practice model?
Okay, we're really proud in North Yorkshire to be the first local authority in the country to be outstanding in every area of practice. However, we really don't let that define us. We want to support a learning organisation. We continue to learn. So we're not, we don't rely on an outstanding judgment. We want to work with our social workers across children and families to make sure that we continue to develop. And part of that is that we work with partners in practice and with other authorities. We learn so much from working with every authority, wherever they are in terms of their judgment. So we've still got a lot to learn, and we're really keen on investment within some of our across our social workers.
Yeah, so we want people to come and join us. We don't expect people to be the finished article in their career. We want to help people to be the best social workers that they can be. How would we support anyone arriving with us?
So we've got a great investment for any social worker or any manager that comes to the organisation. We're really keen to invest in their learning around our practice model, which is really defined around signs of safety, systemic practice and family finding. We'll invest in all of those things for all staff that come through the door. We're really keen to make sure that they learn the skills, but actually we want to find people that have got the ambition to work with families and not do things to them.
So a good range of training opportunities and experiences that they can gather here to really impact their practice and how they deliver.
Absolutely, a great range, as well as working with other authorities. They learn through research. We're working with some research institutions. They can also learn from through training around qualifications. We've got a great deal to offer all of our social workers and all the managers across the organisation. And as I say, we're a partners in practice authority, so we get out to other authorities and see what others are doing, and we work closely with the Department for Education and other departments to make sure that we're an innovative authority. We don't stop. We want to practice and we want to learn more.
And we take a lot of care around the conditions of practice that our social workers will find here. Can you describe what that looks like for a worker arriving here?
Yeah, I think North Yorkshire has a very strong practice model. It's well defined, but actually we will spend a lot of time making sure that people understand that well. We will invest heavily, as I've already said, around their training. We'll make sure that people receive signs of safety training so they understand that model incredibly well. It's not rocket science. Much of the model is very simple. So we'll also work with our very experienced social workers to work alongside others to help them land in North Yorkshire well.
So great support, great development and a real opportunity to advance in their career.
Absolutely, and it's a fantastic authority to work for. It's not just what we do with it here in Children and Families. It's a great local authority to work for. It's got a large footprint. We work across 3,500 square miles. There's some real benefits in that in terms of the size of the team that we have. So we have people that support social workers and support the managers, from people right across HR to finance to those who do all of our data. And we've got a great business support team. So one of the things that social workers tell us on a regular basis, the level of kit that they get when they come, they're really proud to have the best kit, the best IT equipment, and also the best access to business support, of which many authorities have lost. Caseloads for social workers are really important. We keep them as low as we possibly can. We make sure that social workers are really well supported, so we have a good degree of managers that have got a great deal of expertise. We support social workers incredibly well from their training all the way through to supervision that they receive on a regular basis. Our social workers that come to North Yorkshire from other authorities tell us they've not seen an authority like it, and that's because we provide great levels of IT equipment. We also provide case support workers, so they don't need to come back to the office and write up their notes. They can just phone in and ask the case support worker to put the information on the system. We're also just starting a project called the Flip Programme, and that's about making sure that we actually spend more time with families and less time on a computer. We want our social workers and all of the staff that are working with children and families spending at least 65 to 70% of their time in a family's home, using their relationships to create change.
And our retention rates are high and our vacancy rates are low, so people tend to stay with us, don't they?
They do. We've got some fantastic social workers, really passionate individuals who really want to make a difference for children. And what North Yorkshire does is allow them to do that. It creates the right conditions for them to be able to work in that way.
It is all about the staff, isn't it? Getting that right for them.
It absolutely is. Yeah, we do all that we can to make sure that the conditions are right for staff, and we know that that will follow through to the children and families they work with.
And it helps that this is a fabulous part of the world to live and work, doesn't it?
It does. It's great authority, isn't it? It's 3,500 square miles, but actually that really helps in terms of making sure we've got 9 safeguarding teams in North Yorkshire. We can work across and learn from one team to another. We bring social workers together on a regular basis. We bring children and families workers together. So actually we share together and learn together across the organisation. We're a real learning organisation.
We're a learning organisation. We also do a lot of work around recognising positive work.
We do, and you'll see behind us we've got a number of awards. We actually promote the sense of celebrating the success of our social workers and our children and families workers right across the system. We want to continually work on developing what we do well.
Martin, one of the roles we're looking to fill is the Head of Effective Practice. Can you tell us a bit about that role and the person we're looking for?
Yeah, this is a really important part of my management team. So we're wanting somebody that really has ambition for children and ambition for families, that haven't moved away from practice. We want people to understand that practice is about quality. It's not about what we write down on a piece of paper or on our system. It really is getting to grips with and having a system that really measures our quality. First and foremost, we want our practice to be good in the first place. So the effective practice is about making sure that we drive continuously an ambition for the best practice in the country. And we know that we can get there in North Yorkshire. So we want somebody that's ambitious, that has got the skills to be able to understand data, but only to use that data to hypothesise and understand how we use data to get better quality practice with children.
Thank you for your interest in these positions. Please get in touch. I hope you do apply. This is a fabulous place to live and work in North Yorkshire, and hope to hear from you soon. Can you tell us a bit about the role and the person we're looking for that? Let me just do that again. Seem like right at the beginning. Don't mess up your bit now.
Try.
One of the role. Oh God!
Glad it's catching.
Yeah. Martin, as a senior manager, do you think it's appropriate not to wear a tie when you've got video interviewing to do?
I do. Yeah, we're not a non-hierarchical organisation. Certainly in children and families. So this just shows that actually we're just part of the workforce.